For the approval of the agenda, because of our conversation in workshop, I would like to move item 4 to council decision. But other than that, with that amendment, is there approval? Is there a motion to approve?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed. And now we're ready for presentations and recognition. The municipal town clerk, along with the tax collector, is known as the oldest public servants, officers in local government. The title clerk found is beginning back in 1272 AD and traces back to the biblical times. On September 4th, 2024, Lisa Garcia, MMC, IMC president of the International Institute of Municipal Clerks, sent official notification that the board of directors of the International Institute of Municipal Clerks had awarded Veronica L. King the International Institute of Municipal Clerks designation of Certified Municipal Clerk, or CMC. The digital CMC certificate was going to be placed, I think you got that already, and the official hard-earned CMC pin was also going to be received. Tonight, a representative of IIMC/FACC, Ms. Gwen Pierce, is here to do the official pinning. Ms. Pierce, glad to have you.
Mayor Gardner, Vice Mayor, members of the City Council, staff. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be here this evening. My name is Gwen Pierce. I am the Central East District Director for the Florida Association of City Clerks, and I'm also the City Clerk for the City of Satellite Beach. It's with great pleasure that I'm here this evening to congratulate your city on the recent accomplishment of your town clerk, Veronica King, upon receiving her Certified Municipal Clerk designation, or CMC. The IIMC and its partner, the FACC, as you just gave me the acronym, so I don't have to say it, are professional associations that promote continuing education and certification through university and continuing education and college-based institutes. IIMC's primary goal is to actively promote the continuing education and professional development of municipal clerks through extensive education programs, certifications, publications, networking across the globe, annual conferences, and research. FACC's primary goal is to actively promote the continuing education and professional development of municipal clerks in the state of Florida by partnering with the Florida League of Cities and the Florida Institute of Government to meet the ever-changing educational needs of city and town clerks and to improve their knowledge in areas such as public administration, law, management, elections, and many other disciplines. Currently, only 32% of the over 14,700 members of the International Institute of Municipal Clerks have attained the CMC designation. And of the 669 members of the Florida Association of City Clerks, approximately 61% have reached the Certified Municipal Clerk designation. To achieve the CMC, that Veronica has gone through completed the Municipal Clerks Institute program that's conducted by the Florida Institute of Government, by the John Scott Daly Florida Institute of Government, Florida State University in California. This program provides 120 student instructor contact hours of indoor and in-depth courses in management skills, social and interpersonal concerns, and technical training needed to deal with changes taking place in government today. The program aids municipal clerks in improving job performance, recognizes the professionalism of the municipal clerk's office. Completion of a recognized career development academy or a bachelor's degree in public administration or related field, responsible experience in local government, and participation in conferences, meetings, and educational seminars are required to earn the prestigious Certified Municipal Clerk designation. Sorry. Your clerk is now part of an elite group of professionals in local government, a group she could not have become part of without your commitment to support her efforts. On behalf of the Florida State Association of City Clerks, President Pat Burke, Board of Directors, and its members, the Florida Association of City Clerks Professional Education Committee, and the Central East District, we are all so very proud. Please join in congratulating your town clerk, Veronica King, and the town of Eatonville on her impressive accomplishment as one of our newest certified municipal clerks. Well done.
All right.
Veronica, display the certificate and wear this pin with pride for your dedication and passion.
All right. Praise you.
Right here. We're gonna do this the right way.
Okay.
The right way.
Yes.
You want us to get out of the way?
Yes, if you all will step off to the side, and then I'm gonna have you step in for the photo shoot in a moment. So first, you by yourself, and then Bishop, if you'll join us. Great. Okay, Bishop. Perfect, and now, council, if you'll join. If you may, Councilman, if you step up to the side, the ballot. Like, Councilman Zach, like that. That's better. Okay. Beautiful. All right.
He's gonna do the official pinning.
On video? Yeah, there you
All right, thank you. Congratulations.
Speech. 10 minutes coming, 10 minutes coming. It was okay with the board, yeah.
Well, good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council. Good evening. And the residents who are the true stakeholders in this community. I first want to say thank you to the council just for giving me an opportunity to develop my skills. I have a heart and a passion for community. I love the town of Eatonville. I work, play, and worship. I don't live in Eatonville, but I do have a heart for the town of Eatonville, and to be able to work as a part of this municipality brings me much joy. And I've been here since October of 2016. In my official capacity as a clerk since 2022. And I'm grateful for the opportunity. So thank you for this acknowledgement. Thank you, Mrs. Pierce, for driving along with me. Y'all like beach? Present the official certificate and the penny. And thank you. And to my husband, who is my greatest supporter, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you.
Well deserved. Yeah, is there any citizen participation?
We do. We actually have 3, and one of them was sent by email that I have been asked to read. And this is Julian Johnson for 1887 first. And I'll read it as it is in the email. Good day, council and residents. This comment is coming from Julian Johnson, the community organization 1887 first, as well as our fellow resident of the historic town of Eastville. We've sent a formal request to the town to potentially work on an ordinance into a framework that will allow our organization to run a sustainable farmers market in the town of Eatonville. This market has become a vital part of our community, and we have seen firsthand the immense economic opportunity it brings to the town, impacting our ownership in cultural heritage, tourism. However, to ensure its continued success and growth, we need proper accommodations similar to those provided to other markets in the neighboring municipalities. As you know, Mr. Presley and former CAR Director Shan Rose introduced us to the Red Top Productions LLC, the first for-profit organization that operates the downtown Orlando Lake Eola Farmers Market. Through this collaboration, we were able to seek mentorship and learn from their model, which includes substantial government support, such as 75,000 allocation to their farmers market, as seen in the proposed ordinance from downtown Orlando CRA. Additionally, neighboring municipalities such as Lake Mary, which hosts the Lake Mary Farmers Market, provide essential accommodations for the same for-profit vendor that runs their market, including the use of the city hall facilities for restrooms. This level of support has been instrumental to their success. And it is our expectation that the town of Eatonville extend the same level of support to the 1887 night market. We would greatly appreciate if you could include this item on the agenda for the upcoming workshop in December, where we hope to share the substantial community support we've garnished from registered voters and online from the night market vendors and attendees. We are also preparing a detailed presentation to provide insight for our time in the incubator program and to illustrate the impact the market has on the town of Eatonville. Our goal is to ensure that Eatonville strive and that the younger generation can carry the town's legacy forward with pride and opportunity. We look to our elders for guidance and support in making this vision a reality, and we hope the town council will consider this as a moment of generational unity. Thank you, continued growth. Junior Johnson, 1887 first. And our second public participant is Danita Brazil.
Hello, everyone. It's my first time. So I'm here just to, as a citizen, to share with somewhat of a complaint. I used to live right here on Clark Street. I moved to East and Line Street. It's a huge property. And the house had not been lived in for a while. We had a plumbing problem. We had a plumber come in the inside and worked it. They ran a line and it went they ran it out to the city and said that the problem was the city side. But they fixed where the least the toilets flushed. On the November 1st, my grandson was having senior night. We had people from out of town. There's 5 of us live there with the out of towners, and then he had friends come over. There was a lot of people in the house. The toilets backed up into both bathrooms and into the showers and tubs so that we were not able to use it. We called on November the 1st, Friday evening, the emergency service. They told us the town would come out tomorrow, Saturday. They didn't come till Saturday at like 11. They sent brownies. Brownies came and they couldn't get through. They said it was a collapsed pipe. So then they say, we're calling. Luckily, I have a family member on the council that had made some calls to get somebody to come out. Had I not had that family member though, I don't know what I, as a citizen, would have happened. But brownies came out. They came out a second time and sent a supervisor. Now, granted, my understanding, there was a field supervisor who works for the town that was on call that weekend that never showed up. They were playing dominoes in Catalina and felt more important to stay in their domino game than to come out and see what was going on with the sewer line. There was another town worker who was off that weekend and did come. Dominique came on his off day and stood there. He stayed there working with the brownies guy. And the second brownie guy was very nice. Councilwoman Randolph happened to be driving down the street, saw all that in the street, and she stayed until everything got fixed, making phone calls to make sure. But when they pulled that manhole up, that sewer line was so dry, it's so packed full of dry mud dry dirt, dry sand, whatever. But we're an historic town. I love Eatonville. I'm not from Eatonville, but I've heard about the history of it. I love living here. I love the quietness and I want to see it restored. But we have to do a better job as a city in maintaining our sewer lines. And you know what? To this day, no one's come back. No one's from the city has come back to check out that line. It's still just as dry, but Brownies opened it up. It wasn't a collapsed pipe. It was just the built up dirt and a tree root that he pulled out. But it was, they have gone through, we were on the phone with someone, a bunch of people talking about, well, they can't come out. We can't come out. We can't come out until possibly Sunday. Even though we're saying it's people in this house, okay, what are you gonna do for us? Why, cause we can't flush toilet, we can't take a shower. And they're saying, well, if we can't come out on Sunday, we may make it by Monday. Luckily, the Brownies guy, if it wasn't for the Brownies guy, but the town really let me down. And I hope that, I know I have neighbors, but I guess our house is the only one that ran through that one place, but cause there's another sewer line sort of midst of the street, but I'm just wanting to just say that, whoever the spill supervisor, they shouldn't be a spill supervisor if they can't show up.
All right, thank you.
And our last one is Great Ware.
Where's up with the phone?
Okay. And good evening, everyone. To our honorable mayor and the distinguished councilman. Man, y'all looking good. Y'all sounding good today. It's been a long time since I stood in front of councilman. Okay, it was in 1975, as a matter of fact. And where we stood and we came before the council, turned the chairs around and we played on chairs our drum kits. Because we needed money for the drum, which we received. And we formed the first and only Eatonville Drum Corps. And we took trophies from here to down south, wherever, But anyway, I'm elated tonight because there's other things that are taking place in a positive manner. Congratulations, Ms. King. Most of the time people will show up when you got complaints. And I really didn't want it to be a complaint. So I'm gonna try to flavor it so it ain't so much as a complaint. I'm almost in line with that young lady back there because I had and this has got nothing to do with what I'm talking about right now. Thank God, I thought I only had 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I thought I had 2. Okay, so you gotta let me know when the time was gonna start.
You have 2 minutes left.
Okay, so I better get into what I'm gonna talk about then. So, today I'm gonna address an issue, an observation or a concern, if you may, it's the safety. And it's the removal of speed bumps at Gabriel E. Okay, and I'm gonna say hopefully I can keep the train on the track. Sometimes I get off. But those speed bumps were put there for a reason back when. And when you start taking away stuff from Eatonville, you really should ask yourself why. Are you taking why we're removing? Because it takes everything to get stuff for Eatonville. It's easier to take stuff away. Okay, I'm just gonna put that out there. What are the purposes of the speed bumps? Okay, to regulate speeding vehicles and the flow of traffic. Ms. NY, okay, you gotta, so I'm glad that again, because you're talking about the festival. And you know that the flow of traffic is something different. All right, not only during that festival time, but you got people that don't normally come through the town. And they get a ride full of stuff that really looks good. Now they know how valuable Eatonville is. All right, and I couldn't wait to get back in 32751 once I left. But when you got the speed bump down, not only does it regulate the speed of the vehicle, but it also, let's say, congruently protects your investments, and those are our houses, our vehicles, and more importantly, our most valuable cargo, and those are our children, you know, as they commute to and from their daily activities. I mean, policemen can only do so much, and we always talk about the budget. All right, but the speed bump can be an assistant to the police officers and so forth. Why can't we just place them, even if you have to move them from where they are? But my question was why the speed bump were low? 70% renters and 30% homeowners. So were the homeowners notified? I'm a homeowner. I didn't get nothing. Okay, just got something in the wind. Okay, but it could have been by mail or email or otherwise, whatever. So I've been an Eatonville resident for many, many years.
I'll give you like 30 more seconds, sorry, but that helps.
Okay, well, it'll help if I just conclude right now, because I don't want to talk about it anyway, but I was speeding out there up and down the avenue too. Okay, from Kennedy down past the cemetery for about quarter of that. It was dangerous. But now you got people that speed up and down the street by my house, and they're doing with that drifting and all that other stuff. They will not stop at the four-way stop, and they get their speed going from Warren Avenue straight up. And it's really dangerous. So I took up at night and I just, yeah, it's just dangerous for all the residents there. So in conclusion, like I was saying, our forefathers had a vision for the town to grow and prosper. So I'm just saying, let's stop the cycle. Let's continue to take one step, to not take one step forward and two steps backward. And stop imploding ourselves, not create problems and hassles for our own self. Let us help our community, help the residents, help police department. This is not just Eatonville. This is a town that we all love. This is Eatonville. It's a special place. And this is the 1887. I could.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Ware, I will, and Ms. Brazil, I'll be reaching out. Or is there anyone else? That was it? Okay. The next item on the agenda is the consent agenda for items 1, 2, and 3. Is there a motion?
Move.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed. All right, so the consent agenda has been approved. The next item is the approval of Sora Festival 2025 agreement between Town of Eatonville and Association. Is there a motion?
Move.
It's been moved and seconded. The only thing that I want to add is that early in the workshop, we wanted that part added about January 20th. That's the only thing I'm adding. So the approval is with the amendment to the agreement that one half is due January 20th, the final half due January 27th.
Question,
Yes.
do we have? So are we gonna implement it? If we don't, then there's no festival,
It's in there. already.
okay, it's in it, okay.
All right, with that being so, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed. All right. Mr. Presley, do you have any reports?
Just a couple quick updates. The library district did approve of the agreement with the additional cost, so that will start January 1st with the new rates coming in. We approved it back in August of this year. We're just waiting on their process to get done through the library district, but that's been approved, and we'll proceed forward with that. Again, as we're getting ready for the holiday times, we've met with chief and staff, and we're working on some things there. I do have a few meetings that'll be coming up in the upcoming weeks regarding special events, and we'll have that on the first meeting in December to discuss in workshop how we would like to proceed forward with all special events, as you've heard tonight. And then lastly, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And if there's anything else or questions you have, you can let me know. I know Ms. King has some other updates as well. We'll give her space for that, and then we'll turn it over to Cliff, and then back to you, Mayor.
Okay, I just wanted to let the council know, that we do have our new hire, our records coordinator. This week was her first week. She started on Monday, and her name is Nicole Dorenzo. And very excited to have her on board, and hopefully you have an opportunity to meet her within the next couple of weeks. And again, thank you for the opportunity to get additional development and training. I'm getting ready to go for my MMC, which will be also issued through the Institute of the International Institute of Municipal Clerks. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to not let the moment go by. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but this is a big deal for this town. Having somebody that skill set, which is something we haven't had regarding responding to records requests, which she's been great at, and all the other stuff that most people who were involved in town government never know, and certainly the residents don't understand. But it's a complicated job to do correctly, and she got this certificate, you can pretty much take it on faith she's doing it correctly. And if she goes to the master level, which is the next level she's going to, then she'll be doing it at the highest level that you could get. So that's fantastic news for the town. I want to talk a minute about Hungerford in terms of what I know, not what I think, just what I know. I guess last week that we met with school board, it was the 12th, right? So the 12th, the mayor and I and Mr. Presley and a bunch of other folks. I don't know them all, but they were assembled to go to the school board 4 o'clock public participation session and speak for the town to say, we really want you to consider the Hungerford property disposition to us. We appreciate your consideration, and it was all very positive. We didn't get any questions, at least none that I can recall. But we did make a solid statement, and it was representative of not just Eatonville, but the surrounding community as well. People who were well known, and all of them were in support that this was a good move. Unfortunately, it was the last meeting for Karen Castor-Dentel, who, as you know now, has been elevated to supervisor of elections, but not without comment that she expected things to still go smoothly for us. And I am going to cross my fingers and toes and everything else and suggest you all do the same. If we are ever asked to make a more formal presentation, we will certainly do that. But since I submitted the lease purchase agreement to the school board, they've had at least 2, maybe 3 shade meetings regarding the SPLC lawsuit with PEC. And that's a lot of initials, but you all know what they stand for. But we have not heard anything in terms of what those meetings have brought. There's been no, pipeline. Oh, well, they're really talking about this or they're really talking about that. So we don't really know, but we did what we were asked to do, which is come and make a very positive presentation showing community support. We did that, and we are essentially in a wait and see mode. Now, I have been told, but don't know the accuracy of, wait and see could be all the way into next year, or it could be next month. I just don't know, but that's all that we have right now, at least on that issue. So I'm still going to say I'm optimistic. Oh, and for you, Mr. Mack, no new lawsuits.
Guess that'll shorten my, report.
Alright, Vice Mayor, start us off.
You want me? Oh, wow. Thank you. Leave early now. Thank you for being here this evening. I did wake up tonight and I call my morning nights because I work at mornings. So when I woke up, the debris was gone from the streets on Lincoln. But I was gonna have a good talking that this night about people dumping. I think we had people coming in our town dumping debris on our streets where it wasn't picked up yet. So I'm glad we got that done today. I seen I went to the Veterans Day, Councilman, I let him talk about that. That's all really good for me, but I did attend the Veterans Day event and it was great. He'll speak on that later. On the house on Bethune, we need to do some ASAP on that house there. I think we got a lot of wings on it. So he emailed me about that. So we definitely do our due diligence of getting that house removed. If the town had to take the cost, we'll take the cost, we'll get on the back end. My condolences out to the Wayne's family and the Alexander family on the loss of their loved ones. I know TD Bank, Elizabeth Park, they donated some trees, to that park. When I heard that news, I was really happy about that because you go look at Elizabeth Park basketball court, you can't even see the lights. That I grew up in that park. You can't see, we have night lights, lights for that park, you can't even see them because of trees. So when somebody told me that they putting trees down, I'm like, what? They put some trees down where? And we didn't pressure wash the basketball court for that. I didn't go to the event because I just heard it word of mouth. And now I did take a picture of a tree that's leaning now. I don't know if it's still leaning today, but last week it was leaning to the right. So we definitely, if they planted the trees, we can make sure we take care of them. I'm gonna put the right suspension to hold them up, sticks, whatever we need to do with it. And I do thank TD Banks for donating those trees to the town. And about the pool, I know Florida is the year-round swimming thing. I think. I don't think our pool should be closed. Or we have an event that adults want to do swimming. I think we need to have it open. Like I said, recreation for any community is not a money-making thing, but we can make a little money off recreation with event or having adult evening swim, whatever. That's something we need to do in the future. So we definitely need to look at those options with our pool to take advantage of it all season from the summer. And what someone mentioned about branding, the town, I think Mr. NY said something about what we're supposed to be. Our branding is not good at all. It's not good at all. I had someone reach out to me and said they have over 100 complaints about some things in the town of Euclid. Hundreds. So our branding sucks, honestly. On whatever events, whatever it is. We should be better up here, support, because what we show up here goes out there, shows like oil and water. We need to be up here supporting whatever. You don't support it, it's fine. But if you put negative out there, guess what we get back? People don't want to support. That's outside the town of Edenville. Businesses in the town of Edenville. Like she said, we should be a partner. The way should be a partner with any event. Come to the table. I don't think 1887 ever came to the board for anything. So I don't think that's the argument about that. But still, we need to be a good branding for this community. We find, because like I say, it's bad. It's really bad. And about the bumps and humps. Yeah, we did have speed bumps, but I think Eaton, they got a nice speed hump. That's what we need to go to, not the bumps. Let's get the humps in there. That slows them down. Not the humps, because that slows them down too. So we definitely look at not the bumps, but the humps, because the bumps will tear up your car. Trust me, I am someone weekend. Yeah. And I like congratulate Ms. King. I did meet Ms. Wynn in Florida City's event. And she said good things about you too. And one thing I want to do, Ms. King, I need to get, we can find these books for everyone of our city commissioners, council people. There's some good things in this book here that before you do anything, read this here about meetings, complaints. You have these complaints, whatever, it tells you and what you can fight for. If you do get a complaint, and you can't get your money back. I did, so that's some of the things in this book that will let each official know that, hey, it's right in this book. You can do it or don't do it. But that's all I have tonight. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I won't be before you long. My condolences as well to Gil and the family, John Wynn, his family, Newbold, and my prayers go out to them. Ms. King, congratulations, well deserved. And I think you've made that position Edenville election proof. And what I mean by that, I think your job is secure. Because if they try to get rid of you now, it's personal. Because you meet every qualification it is to take us to the next level. I thank you. I thank you for your heart. My slogan was a heart for Edenville. You get that as well. You have a heart for Edenville. And I want to thank you. And whatever we need to do to help you get to that master clerk position, let us know. And I look forward to big things from you. So congratulations. My apologies as well to Ms. Brazil. We dropped the ball, and I just want to apologize. And when we bring things to the forefront, it gives us an opportunity to get it right, to get it better, to do a better job of having that person that's on call to respond to a resident, give them a call. So now it's up to our public works director and our administration, CEO, to find out where we fail, and then to put policies and procedures in place to make sure it doesn't happen again. So, Ms. Brazil, my apologies, and to your family, we apologize as a community.
Thank you.
Also, I had an opportunity to go, we all received an email to go to the school board that I was under the impression that they were about to vote. Myself and Councilwoman was also there with other dignitaries and other people in favor of the property, I guess, being given back. I talked to Ms. Castellano, and she assured me that right now wasn't the opportunity or the time that they were going to vote, but they would go in session, I guess, and have a meeting to discuss, what they're going to do with the property, whether they give it back or not. So we're going to continue to stay in prayer that land is going to be given back. I must say, if I put on the record, I'm optimistic. I don't think so, because I know that the school board, just like any other municipality, it's a business, and they may be accounting for those funds for that property to be sold. And I will be shocked if they give it back. But I know God is able, and He can do exceedingly abundantly all that we can ask and think. So I look forward to some great things. Councilman Washington also stated that we knew that the speed bumps, those speed humps or bumps, were bad on cars, and we wanted to replace them with better ones. We are aware of the we call it, I guess it's traffic calmers or traffic controllers, that we have our kids, and we don't want cars speeding through. So we were going to replace those. That's what I was under the impression of. We're going to take those out and replace them with better ones. Also, Councilman Washington said good branding. I also think good branding also means good revenue for the town. We are a diamond in the rough. We have to capitalize on what we are, the oldest Black municipality in the United States. I would keep saying, and we need a lobbyist, how can St. Augustine get money for being the oldest town in the United States, and Eagle being the oldest Black municipality in the state of Florida not receiving their funding as well? So I think we need to brand, and that will come with different administrations doing a great branding job to get those funds that we need to bring our town up. I like what you said also, Councilman Washington, about, people say bad things about our community, and it's really not fair. On Facebook is the place where you will find out things that people say. This 187 First Night Market, their comments here is on Facebook. We apologize for the inconvenience, but after careful consideration, November 187 Night Market will be canceled due to lack of transparency and late notice from our town government about the parking lot use. It is clear that politics continue to be put over the community, and doing bad business is justified. I thought that was an unfair statement, knowing that our town had the opportunity to be the first early voting spot. So in order for that to happen, you didn't want to create an atmosphere where people didn't feel welcome. Our white brothers and sisters, we didn't want to create, what are those Black folks doing there? They're having this festival. I don't want to go and vote. We didn't want to do that. But if this young man or this organization would have asked, then they could have been like, I understand now. Maybe we can move it to another time. Maybe let's go to Denton Johnson Center. You can still have your event if you're paying money, but let's go to the Denton Johnson. Let's not let you being in town hall's parking lot stop you from having your event if you have good motives and if you have the right mindset. I didn't appreciate that, and it's still up. So that means that you had the opportunity to take it down, or to say it in a different way, to say, I apologize to the town of Eagle. I didn't know that you were having early voting, and that my presence would maybe deter people from coming and voting. So these are the things that working together and understanding will help us go further. And that was one of our mottos: progress through understanding. If you don't have understanding, then we can't go forward. And I received this, I kept check this out, and I really didn't appreciate that, putting us down as a council. And I hope you guys were offended as well, and we'll be looking for an apology from 187 First. We also had a Veterans Day program, which I try to put on, and I'm hoping that when I retire, that this seat 3 will be able to put on a Veterans Day program. This person that sits here is giving back to the community and showing our veterans we appreciate you for what you do. I don't say thank you for your service. I told a veteran, I said, I appreciate you because of the freedoms that we have, freedom of speech, you know, the freedom to assemble. I thank you for your fight. I want to thank staff as well, Recreation, Darius Washington, Miss Johnson for coming, bringing the audio system. I appreciate you. Miss Brittany, your efforts in putting a program together, seeing that the program was under a different format and you couldn't do any corrections. You tried to go to the Legion's chaplain who made a lot of mistakes, and I understand it's not your fault. And I would get with chaplain next time. Let the town handle that. Tell us what you want us to say, and we'll do this. So I appreciate you. I appreciate the Recreation Department, Public Works. Thank you so much, Ms. Monday, for letting see it. And Mark come out and put everything together. I want to apologize for Sid because he said he needed a work order. I apologize for that because I thought this was a thing that was automatically done. So right now, on record, I'm going to ask for the podium. I'm going to ask for a tent. I'm going to ask for 20 chairs next year, Lord's willing. That I'm going to put that work order right now. So he'll know that this is what is expected for this. We also need to get a silent generator. The generator was loud, but they moved it out and then Sid parked his truck that could or mask some of the noise. So maybe a little small generator. Mine was broken, that's why I didn't use mine. But overall, a great event. I want to thank Vice Mayor for stepping in the place of the mayor that couldn't make it. He did a great job of welcoming the folks, and to have a veteran to come up and say this is one of the best events that we've had in a long time. Because I remember that they had an event without us and they played taps through someone's car with a cassette tape. So to go where we are now with a tent, speakers, chairs and tables, I just want to say thank you, and I look forward to myself and whoever sits here will just take it to the next level. All season pools, I want to thank you as well. I think I made it known that I almost drowned in that pool. So yeah, it definitely has a sentimental value to me. So I almost drowned in there. So it's part of me that's in the bottom of that pool. And happy Thanksgiving, y'all, man. Continue to pray for the town of Beanville. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it happen, and just continue to pray. Y'all have a good night. Thank you.
We clean that up.
Yeah, you clean it. Yeah.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for just coming out and being engaged in town business. I know how important it is just to come out and just be in communication on what's going on in your town. So I definitely appreciate all the citizens that came out. Off the top of the dribble, I'd just like to, like I said, when she was doing the presentation for Ms. King, which is the clerk, and I had to jot this down, 32% out of the 14,000 people that sit in this capacity, but you was chosen for this award, for this CMC designation award. That's tremendous. I've always gave you your flowers, and I'm going to continue getting your flowers because I know the scope of work that you do for the town of Eatonville. A lot of people don't know how important it is to be the clerk. Your hands are so tied up. And anytime that I've ever emailed you, made a phone call, it's constant. I'm talking about you know what I'm saying? It's quick. And I can't say I've had that done in the past, not taking anything away from anybody else or anyone else. But I thank God for you for sitting in this capacity that you sit in as the clerk. You make us better as a town. And I have to say this also, and kudos go to the mayor because she's the administration, she runs the administration. You guys do an impeccable job from public work all the way up. You guys do a sensational job. I've never seen it ran as smooth as it's been ran now. And I've been sitting up here since 16 when I first initially met you, so we've been championing this thing together. And I know you can see the difference that has been changed in Deanville too. And I just like the scope of work that has been done. Everybody's professional. Everybody's doing exactly what they need to do. And I just want to give you guys your flowers. That goes for the entire staff. When let me go ahead and go with the all-season pool. Like I said, without being said, we just commend them for just wanting to come into our community and helping us out, especially with the youth. You know what I'm saying? Because I know this pool can be accessed for a lot of different reasons, like like Vice Mayor Washington said. I think it do need to be open yearly, because there's so many different. Because this is Florida, right? This is a very warm state. Even when it's supposed to be cold, it's not cold. But I'm definitely in recommendations of that right there. And I don't know if Mr. President's on the phone, but I'm very concerned with Host Dime. I know we had discussion before with contracts being in place. I don't know if we have anything in place now, so if he can kind of like give me some feedback on that, not now, but whenever he seeks the opportunity, that'd be great. And then also Zora Neal, ever since I've been a child, been in Eagleville since the age of 4. And always known Zora Neal to be so successful. And I want to make sure that we continue going down that path and making sure that it is successful. You know what I'm saying? Despite it having to move out of town and do other things, despite of, I'm definitely an advocate of doing whatever I can do up here. And I'm pretty sure this panel is too, to make sure that we're having a successful event annually. Because people really look forward to it. I just actually had someone ask me, hey, you guys doing this? I said, of course, we do it every year. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. Hopefully we can iron out all the kinks and get everything to a stand to where we can have a better understanding as a community, because it's all about us. It takes a village, right? So we want to be able to help you so you can help us also, okay? And trash venue, I know we're in discussion with selecting someone possibly in the near future with that. And I do thank Mr. President for working so diligently in that situation right there. And I don't know if he's had meetings with everybody else up here, but I know I've had frequent meetings with him concerning that. And I just thank him for putting himself in a position to make sure that the town is covered. Because if a lot of people knew exactly what was going on, they'll have a different thought on the business that we had before, but that's for another day. And also, congratulations to Edgewater High School. I'm also a coach. I'm a freshman head coach for Edgewater High School, and I'm also assistant coach for Edgewater High School. And my son is one of the top safeties in the country. And they are going to the Class 5A Regional 2 second round in the playoff. They're chasing the state championship ring right now. And this is my son's senior year, just as well as 27 other seniors that share that capacity with him. And if you guys are not doing anything on this Friday, please come out and support Edgewater. Also, for the debris, it gives me great pleasure to walk and ride down my street, not seeing all the debris in the road. So kudos go to Ms. Monday and Public Works, whomever else is associated with making that happen. It looks so much better out here now with all that debris gone since the storm. And I know we all got our hands tied. You know, it's a busy schedule, you know what I'm saying, for everybody. But I think everybody definitely needs to continue doing the diligence of making sure that this town is clean. That's why I do the cleanup annually. I do it every June, the first week of June, to make sure that we're manicuring our community and keeping it clean at all times. Because when you ride through here, you want to make sure you ride through pleasantly and saying, man, this is the oldest black municipality in America, you know what I'm saying? So we want to make sure that we're down our I's and crossing our T's on every event. And also, I hadn't had an opportunity to see what you just read, Councilmember Daniels, but I feel some type of way about that also. You know, and I'm on social media all the time, and I did not see it. But for that statement to be made, especially with me, I can only speak for myself, I've bent over backwards. And anybody that know me and know that I'm associated with this particular organization know that I've been over backwards to make sure that you guys are situated in every way possible. So for that to be displayed the way it was for the world to see, basically, because when you put it on social media, it's for the world to see. And to bash people that are looking out for you is such a shame, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, though, in any event, neither here nor there, I'm always trying to remain optimistic about everything that goes on in a positive standpoint. We can't let things that seem detrimental affect us either. So I'm hopefully we can have a sit down conversation and resolve whatever the situation that he has with the council also. And then my condolences go out to the Alexander family. Gil Lopez, he was a great kid. He helped me as a person too, because he always brightened my day to see him walking around the community, always helping people. He was the age of 40, young kid, young guy. He did so much. He graduated from Edgewater High School. He's been a pillar in the town of Eatonville because he did everybody tattoos. And anybody that has ever got a tattoo from Gil, they know he does great work, and he was a great artist. But he's definitely going to be missed, just as well as Miss Wendy Wynn. She was close and dear to my heart also. It was painful to, learn of her passing and just continue to keep, her family in prayer, the Alexanders in prayer, because we're leaving here in a rapid rate. And I want to just make sure that everybody stands safe and prayed up, man, because, life comes quick. We're only here temporarily. We're just doing the pass through right now. So I want to make sure everybody is fully dressed with that right there. And also my mother-in-law, which is the one that she said, someone that sit up as a relative. That's my wife's mother. And it was very disturbing for her to have the I ain't gonna say anger, but frustration that she had within the grounds of whoever was on call. And I'm not here to throw anybody up under the bus, but I know everybody got a job to do. If you don't do it, you gotta do your job. That's what we pay you for. We ask you to do nothing outside of that. If you got a job to do your job, especially when you're on call. And it was a very bad situation, very bad situation. And I don't wish that on anyone that occurred on that Friday, especially having so many people come in. And I'm just speaking from a council position right now, and I know things happen. People get busy, it's the weekend, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that. But you gotta do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying, as an employee, especially for the employee of the town of Eatonville, because it's a business. We run a business here. So with that being said, I just want to tell everybody happy Thanksgiving. I know I won't see you guys before then, but happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Be safe, and God bless. That's my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Okay, my report today, I would like to, first of all, like to say, thank you to Mrs. King for your accomplishments. And also, to the bereaved families of Eatonville who recently lost loved ones. My prayers are with you. And I also like to kind of signify Attorney Shepherd. I was at the FRA conference about 3 weeks ago. And I want to tell you all that is a great conference. You learn a lot at the conference. I met a lot of people. And it's all about CRAs. And I'll be able to go into that a little bit more at the next meeting. But I just want to give hats off to our attorney, who was so well respected among so many people there. I attended both of his sessions that he was in, and I learned a lot. And I also gained that the people there have a lot of respect for other attorneys. So that really counts a lot from what I can see. So I see a totally different side of Mr. Shepherd when I was there at conference. I just want you all to know that. We are very fortunate to have a person like Mr. Shepherd as a part of our legal counsel. So I want to thank you so much for all that you do with that. And I'd like to more of us to attend so we can really see what it's all about. I just want to thank you and thank you, Mrs. King, for your efforts. Okay, next, I would like to say that we still having problems with the basketball courts, basketball on the streets. Since these are street issues, that one and also in Wickman, those still have not been resolved. We still have a mobile. They're still crossing the sidewalk. The kids are walking the sidewalk trying to get to school. And that mobile is blocking the sidewalk. So we've been talking about this for the last 2 months, and still nothing has been done. Can you tell me when this is going to be done? I'll put it on it tomorrow. So Wickman. I think you said you went there tonight. One time.
One I went to where the father came out and moved the basketball goal. I get the exact address.
That one and Wickman, the
RV?
Yeah.
The RV, she went RV on.
The RV down here in the basketball court. Over here on Eaton Street. So when would that be done?
I'll go by there tomorrow morning.
Okay, also, Mr. Presser, are you still on the line? Can you give us an update on the trash? I had a resident to call me tonight on my way to the meeting. They were just picking up his trash tonight.
Mhm.
Is Mr. Preston still there?
He's still connected. Mr. Preston, are you there? I'll send him a text.
Okay, all right, I'll go to the next item. Also, don't forget the Thanksgiving drive. It's gonna be on Monday. We want everyone to come out and get a turkey. We should have plenty for everyone. Also, I would like to thank Mrs. Brittany for the work that she's done on the flyers. In the house on Bethune, if Mr. Preston can give us, if he's on, he can give us an update on what's going on with the house. I had someone who stopped by yesterday and wanted to inquire about what was being done on the property. It happened so that you brought it up, Councilman Washington.
I got the emails on that.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
I guess that's all that I have.
all right, so Mr. Presley can follow up with the Bethune. In regards, attorney, the mobile home, mobile trailer, whatever it is RV is parked on the person's land. That's not a police problem.
Well, it
It
might,
would be our,
it might be a code enforcement problem.
Code
To
enforcement,
the extent
right.
you use police for code enforcement, which some cities do, then it could be. It also could be, depending on what your ordinances are that would be cited, it could be considered a safety hazard, depending on where it's like, does it create a blind spot? You know, where you could ticket a car for that sort of stuff.
okay,
So
so,
it's possible, I just don't know that won't happen. But
so then that would be,
the minimum would be code enforcement, but it could be a police matter also.
okay, so we'll have Mr. Presley.
If it's blocking the sidewalk, just a ticket.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what, it could be a police matter also.
Cause I got a ticket.
Code
I
enforcement
call
getting
on the sidewalk, I
convicted.
got a ticket. Oh, like, what the? I got 2 tickets one
All
year.
right, so thank you.
Wait, I mean.
All right, so since Miss Brazil and Mr. Ware are here, I'm glad, I don't have to give that phone call, I'll address it. Well, Mr. Ware has already been addressed. I understand it the same, as soon as we can get better humps, not bumps, then that, because I did the complaint before was that it was so high that they were looking at the damage to cars and look at the cost of that bump to the cost of someone's car being repaired. You know, if that happens enough times, then that'll be very costly, so we will address that. Miss King, congratulations and thank you for making Pastor King look good. I'm just joking, thank you, Mrs. King. Thank you, Mrs. King, and congratulations. Miss Brazil, in regards to, I'm glad to tell you this, I'm sorry about, and I appreciate the position that you're in, so that was unfortunate. But you will also be happy to know that that lady in front of you is also a big reason why we're looking at 34 million to help replace and fix our pipes, because you're talking about decades and decades of pipe erosions. So please know that the administration is not ignoring the bigger problem, but it did result in a problem for you specifically. So I do apologize for that. But we are trying to fix it across the board. In regards to branding, I think that, you know, whether we're gonna put pins, posters, change our colors, change our motto, none of that will matter if people still see us the same. And I truly, truly, truly believe that right now, 2024, November 19th, that people automatically are seeing us differently. I'm hearing that enough. So for every negative, I can tell you there are plenty of positives. So branding starts with the change that we are making, and we are making that change. The culture is changing. When they call, their expectations have changed. So our branding has already begun without us even paying attention to pens, pencils, and mugs. And for me, that's what's important. The pens, pencils, and mugs will be cute, and they're coming. But right now, if we just get the house in order, we can paint it later. We can paint it later. I wrote notes, just please bear with me. We had a great master plan session. So if you ever get a chance to come out, I think Councilwoman Randolph, you were there. Stakeholders meeting, is that canceled or do we still have it on Monday?
It is my understanding we're still gonna have it.
Still have, so that's Monday at 5:30. Please refer to the scheduled events that you have. Because on the 20th, there's bingo at Denton Johnson, Councilwoman Randolph's and the Turkey Drive on the 25th. And then there's bingo again on the 18th. For those of you that like bingo, that usually travel outside, that's important. Condolences to all the families that have experienced losses. I have CRA project in, oh my gosh, what's that CRA project? Oh, the trees. The trees being planted was actually an extension of what had started with the former CRA directors. That was really a CRA project. So I'm thankful that Presley and Miss Gregg just kind of helped bring that to closure. And I think congratulations to the new hire, Miss Letheri. I appreciate it. I do. But we also know that today we're saying we gotta support, and tomorrow we might say, well, why you didn't pay? And they're gonna point, and I say not they, I'm saying they, but the thing will, and it would belong to administration. So for the administration, truth and it's right there. If the agreement states it, then that's what I'm going to be bound by as much as possible. But like I said, please, in October, I wrote already on my calendar to contact you if you want to present a proposal, because everyone here seems to understand that that might be something that would be coming. So please present a proposal, and then, we can see about the support on the other side and the revenue side. Oh, I must say this. I don't care about apologies from anyone that I know it's not going to be sincere. But what I do want to tell you this, you can't cancel something that no one applied for. That election, this being the early voting site, all of that had been discussed early in the year, like June, July, August. So if I have an event and I know that we're going to have early voting, that something should rung the bell that, hey, this might affect me. So there was some accountability on both sides. On the town side, 10 days notice was given. And since there was no application at that time, you didn't apply. And your activity was 10 days. So please note, there was no application to even consider. And we're not just going to assume that something is happening. It is a pilot program. And just like we have the same stipulations for Zora, the same stipulations will be applied for any other event. There's no, this is this and that is that. But is that if it's a pilot event, it is a pilot event. The law enforcement was expected to be paid then as well. And I suspect that is one of the biggest problems and the biggest reason behind those posts. Because it's difficult to sustain something that you don't have a real plan for. And that's okay. We've been working. This staff has been working with all events that have come in on this town. So for them to be put down, demeaned, it is unfair, but I don't expect an apology. I expect that we're going to keep doing the right things the right way moving forward. With that being said, unless anyone else has any other comments, I move for adjournment.
So move.
If they move and seconded, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed. All right, it is 8:41 when adjourned.
Thank you, sir. That's just it's little thing and we all
Thankfully, because what the first round guy. Right.